You know, I found that it is so true that when something is not for you, it is going to hurt you over and over again until you let it go. That's the way that God works. Well, you want to call it universe. God is the God of the universe, but that don't matter. When something is not for you, you're going to fight for it. You're going to try for it. You're going to try to force it. You're going to do everything you can to find that little loophole and making it be for you and making it align with your life when it clearly doesn't fit. And it's going to continue to hurt you until you accept the fact that it is not for you. That goes for friendships, relationships, jobs, the whole nine. Hold on, let me plug y'all all the way in. Let me plug y'all all the way in because I really need somebody to hear this. I just got into a little DM back and forth with this young lady. And I get DMs all the time, but this particular sister, she's hit me up, I don't know, gotta be about 5 different dates. Let me see. Let me make sure I want to be accurate. 5 different dates over the last 3 years. Okay, same guy. She trying, and no matter how much I say, hey sisters, what I'm saying is not for every dude. There's some guys that's just beyond saving. And instead of begging men to grow up, date the man that's already grown like an alpha male who's already done the work. There's always going to be somebody who just says, yeah, well, my situation is different. And I know where that comes from. It's not just from a place of naivete or ignorance. It comes from a place of you being a fighter. Because for women who are true fighters, walking away feels a lot like giving up. But here's the thing. Sometimes you got to give up on somebody, give up on some relationship in order to hold on to you. Because that's what you're giving up. That's the trade-off if you don't let it go. So God will allow that man to break your heart until you finally realize that man was never meant to hold on to that heart to begin with. You know you in this situation whenever you trying the conversations, you trying the therapy. Let me bring it a little bit closer. You trying to go see the lady, talk to the lady. You trying everything, and it's not happening. You shrinking yourself. You compromising, and it's not happening. You feel like it should work on paper, and everything about it just feels like it's just fighting you. It's not just a little bit difficult. It feels like this relationship is actively working against your peace. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been in a situation like this. It ain't just a challenge. It ain't just a rough patch. It's like this relationship, this friendship, whatever it is actively working against your growth, your happiness. That pain is not punishment. That pain is your internal protective mechanism trying to guide you towards your exit. You know, here's the funny thing about when we pray to God for peace and we pray to God for the one that he has for us and for a love that is real and is true. A lot of times we forget that God knows us better than we know ourselves. Sometimes you might have a lower self-image, a lower self-esteem than what God meant for you to have. So what it is you're trying to keep together and bring together is at a lower standard than what God is looking at and saying, okay, this is what's going to truly fulfill you, love you, take care of you. This is the good stuff. You operating from your current vantage point of how you've been taught to see yourself. But for God's way of doing things, for God's blessing to move into your life, all of that stuff that you got in the way, it's got to break down first. We don't like that part. This ain't even about being super religious. I'm a man of God. I'm not saying it to flex. I'm just saying I'm a man after God's own heart. I believe in the Bible. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But one thing you got to know is that whoever you think designed us did not design you to be half love. Didn't design you to be begging. Design you to be forcing. Design you to be trying to overcompensate for somebody's one-sided effort. I don't care who it is. You can believe in Zeus. Don't make me no difference. Actually, it kind of does, but that's not the point. You were not designed to be waking up. You didn't get the opportunity to wake up today to beg some man to love you and end up getting the bare minimum in reality. If you put in the work on yourself, you should not be positioning yourself for anything less than a true alpha male. And I'm going to say that until I'm blue in the face, especially with how many women have used the masterclass that I did for free. Thank y'all to who did it. Y'all the ones who make my work purposeful to show you how to position yourself for a true alpha male. You don't have to keep on this hamster wheel of dudes who come to waste your time, who ain't ready yet, who haven't developed yet, who ain't healed yet, who ain't over their ex yet, who just trying to get on their feet financially and need you to pitch in. You don't need that. Because they didn't put enough priority on preparing for that relationship to better receive you. You don't need that. If that's who you keep running into, the problem is not that there aren't any alpha males out here. The problem is you don't know how to position yourself for said alpha males. You may already be a good woman that the alpha male is looking for, but you got to get in position. Comment the word secrets and I'll send that to you. I went in depth on how to position yourself for a true alpha male in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. Comment the word secrets. I will send it to you, again, free. Or just click the link. I just pinned it down there in the bottom of the comments. But I need somebody, I don't know who needs to hear this, to the one that keeps on fighting for that relationship, and ultimately you're really fighting alone. To the one that keeps on asking to have a real conversation, and this man keeps on deflecting and finding ways around it. To the one whose body is rejecting that man and you feel shame because of it. Why am I not attracted to him like I used to be? I don't know. I just won't want to be around him. That anxiety around that man, it's not butterflies. It's not chemistry. It's your nervous system. It's your nervous system. It's sounding the alarm. Constant stress disguised as passion is your body rejecting that man, likely rejecting the toxicity. He's activating your survival mode. He's activating your stress response. He's activating your cortisol. Real love feels secure, not scary. I get it in the beginning. If you haven't really developed the confidence that a man can love the real you through and through, not just your representative, I get in the very beginning. I get that. But we talking about this anxiety increasing over time, sis. That's not butterflies that you're feeling. You walking on eggshells, checking your phone obsessively, analyzing every text for the hidden meaning and trying to read between the lines of what he's saying. That knot in your stomach, that's not nervousness because he's just so amazing and you just feel like you have so much work to do to get on his level and you finally got the man. You don't want to mess it up. No, that is your gut. And it's telling you that this dude is dangerous for your peace. You think that it's intensity, but it's actually your intuition working overtime to protect you. I know somebody ain't gonna like this because what about the years we already spent together? What about you need more than history to build a future with this man. And yes, this goes both ways, by the way. It's not just men and whatever. Yes, it goes both ways. But this specific conversation was inspired by a sister that, again, for the last couple of years, 3 years, I think it is, 5 separate stints of a relationship with this man. She just keeps on. And she's so stubborn. And again, I get it. You're not naive. You're not weak. You're not dumb. You're not any of that stuff. You ain't got to shame yourself, because what happens is you shame yourself into thinking you're those things. And then you try to overcome it. You try to vindicate it by making it work. Let people think whatever they want to think, and you stop thinking whatever somebody might think about you, staying as long as you did. Just because they wasted 5 years of your life don't mean you got to give them another 5 or 10 or 20 or 30. Whatever mistake you want to put on you for allowing this man to earn your trust and he did not keep it, let that go. He is in the way. The right man will not require you to fight your own instincts to stay with him. Am I making sense to anybody? Please put facts down in the comments. If I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comments, please. I really want to know if anybody is understanding what I'm saying. Whatever you in that's not for you, it's going to hurt you. It's going to humiliate you. It's going to break your heart. It's going to make you lose sleep. It's going to make your weight go up and down. It's going to make your appetite come and go. It's going to make you estranged from friends and family until you let it go. If it's not meant for you. Because what's meant for you enhances your natural state. It doesn't disrupt it. Forcing yourself to accept what feels wrong is self-betrayal. You keep talking to yourself, trying to talk yourself out of leaving because on paper, that man just seems so perfect and you just holding on to what the honeymoon phase presented you with and how it seemed so great in the very beginning, but something always feels off. You're gaslighting yourself, sis. And to stay in situations that make you feel uncomfortable, small, just wrong. You gotta learn to trust your intuition over what you believe should be logic. Oh, he has this job. He has this kind of money. He comes from this kind of family. He is this age and he's in this vicinity where we can have a real relationship. He said he wants a real relationship. Therefore, on paper, we should be able to work. No, he's never cheated on me. If he hasn't, he's never done these things that logically should give him a green flag, a green light to stay in your life. But sis, you cannot keep ignoring your intuition and think you're going to be safe out here in these dating streets. You can't keep fighting for this thing by yourself. You're not fighting or working on a relationship anyway. You are working against your own well-being. If it's repetitively putting you in that situation where you got to choose the relationship or what you know is best for you, and again, I get it. You used to putting forth effort. You used to trying and striving and not giving up. But guess what? Effort in the wrong situations becomes self-harm disguised as dedication. The right connection, it will require investment, but it's not going to require constant damage control. You always having to recover from something that transpired in that relationship. You always having to forgive. You always having to try to manage your triggers that are being created or exasperated by being in that relationship. You spend more time recovering from his behavior than enjoying his presence. Every interaction requires emotional cleanup afterwards. I don't know who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to you right now, go ahead and share it. Maybe there's somebody on your timeline that need to see this. Whether it's another woman or the person that I'm referring to. But look, if that's you, you are not building something beautiful with that person. If you have to constantly repair what keeps getting broken and never should have in the first place, you even have to defend it to your friends. Oh, relationships take work. But you're ignoring that healthy work builds up. It doesn't tear down. That's not for you. And again, I say this and I'm saying it with a level of compassion because I get it. Okay? You out in the world, you don't have to work for everything that you get. You got where you are in life now because you did not give up whenever things got challenging. You got where you are now because you fought like hell whenever, challenges came and it got rough. I get it. But you were dealing with inanimate objects in that situation. That job, that degree, that weight loss. This is not a whole human being with their own free will. Even God will not override a person's free will who's not choosing him. Even God. You ain't stronger than God. If God is not going to override somebody's free will to actively ignore his hand that's out for them, what you think you're going to do? God is likely trying to answer your prayers when you asked him for a real love, one that's secure. You ask for all of these qualities, but he know that man that you're dealing with right now is not a proper vessel. Not for the qualities that you asking for. You want to be loved. You want to be held. You want to feel safe again. You want to feel loved again. You want romance. You want effort. You want quality. You want all of these things. A good role model for your child or your children. You want God looking at that man like, all right, bet I got you. I gotta move him up out of that situation. And you holding on. It's like you asking God for a new house, but you won't release the key to that one that you in now. How you gonna get the key for the new one? How? When you continuously come up against problems, I'm not talking about Again, a 1 or 2 month stint. I'm not talking about you got 5 good years with this man and here y'all are on 2 months of difficulty. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things getting progressively worse. And as you look across from you, you're not seeing mutual effort to resolve these things. It ain't both of y'all doing everything you can, rolling up your sleeves, being willing to sacrifice and compromise and listen to each other. No, it's just you. Yeah, those constant problems, those aren't tests for you to overcome. Those are signals for you to receive. He's rejecting you. And guess what? It's likely protection just in disguise. Stop holding shame around giving up and walking away. I understand you got kids, but guess what? Your kids deserve to see a healthy mom. Not just a mom who's sacrificing self and being a martyr to keep her physical presence in a relationship while she spiritually and emotionally is deteriorating day by day. I don't know who needs to hear this. Alva, thank you for sharing. Yeah, if you hit that share button, make sure you comment share so I can shout you out. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is graduating to what's actually meant for you. When you release what's not for you, you create space for what is aligned for your highest good. It never fails. But when you hold on to the wrong things, it blocks access to the right things. It goes both ways. So if that man is saying that he loves you, but consistently proves that he doesn't, or you keep trying to earn his love, even though he's proven that he's somebody who's shown you over and over again, he's incapable of reciprocating it, that man is not for you. You working overtime for a love that he don't have in stock. No matter how perfect you are, how much you sacrifice, no matter how understanding you become, he remains emotionally unavailable, critical, or dismissive. Yeah, if that's him, if he got you thinking that, you know what, if you just love him a little bit harder, he's going to finally see your worth. He's going to come around. That's going to help him put his guard down and allow you in. But you trying to get water from a stone, wondering why you dying of thirst. Rosalind, thank you for sharing. I see you. Yeah, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, put facts. Because, you know, it's some people going to listen to this and their attachment is so strong. And it's like, I get it. The devil that you know seems better than the one that you don't, but it's not. It's not. And we also got to understand there's way more than just the devil that's out there. There are alpha males who get it. Like, y'all understand what I'm saying? There are men who are growth oriented, who want something real, who are tired of the games the same way that you tired of the games. They're exhausted with getting played too, because all women ain't out here being queens. But these men don't move like other men that you've been attracting. So you got to understand how they think, how they move, and how to separate the real from the fake. You're not going to get it probably from your mom and your auntie. I'm going to just keep it real with you. You're not going to get it a lot of times, even at church, because there's a lot of, come on now. You got to try something different than what you've already tried. And I suggest anything that's already worked for others. Now, if you can find those strategies, if you can find that kind of detail somewhere else, by all means. I gave it away for free. I put the link down in the comments, and it's worth over 14,000 women for a reason. That masterclass is called Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. When you get tired of being sick and tired, feel free to click that link or just comment the word secrets, and I'll send you this masterclass free of charge. Because the relationship that requires you to become someone you don't even recognize just to keep the peace, that ain't from God. It's from somebody. It ain't God. True compatibility is never going to cost you your authentic self. Never. So you're gonna be in a situation where physically you're going to feel ill. You're going to feel fatigue. You're going to feel a lot of stress-related symptoms emotionally. You're going to be ridden with anxiety and possibly even depression, constant conflict and emotional volatility. Mentally, you're going to feel confused a lot. You're going to be second-guessing yourself. If it's not for you, this is what you're going to experience. Mental exhaustion. Spiritually, you're going to feel disconnected from your purpose. You're going to feel apart from your values, your authentic self. And socially, again, you're going to feel isolated, estranged from those who know you, that know you best. You're going to start having conflict in those relationships and not really understanding why. I'm trying to give you a clear picture if I'm talking to you. That's what's going on. But you can't choose familiarity over peace. You can't choose familiarity over peace. It'll have you addicted to this roller coaster that you've been on. It'll keep the addiction alive and well because you probably already got one. Now, if you're struggling to get through this, and I get it, it's like, well, what do I do now? I understand that maybe I should leave or whatever. First off, imagine that it's gone. Imagine that this relationship doesn't exist anymore. When this person is not in your life, when you imagine this person, the relationship, whatever it is, what is your first feeling? Is it relief or panic? Is it relief or panic? When you think about all that this person is bringing to your life, is it relief or panic? Look at your energy. When plans get canceled, when he does not call you, when you have space just away from him, do you feel lighter or heavier? Check your natural state. Who are you? When you're not managing a relationship, the job, friendship, whatever it is, are you more of yourself or less of yourself? When you get away from this man, do you feel like you're more carefree, more authentic? And then whenever he comes back in, you're back on pins and needles. Pay attention. That lets you know what you're dealing with. But again, you're not weak for staying. I don't care what nobody says, even if it hurts you. You're human for hoping that, you know what? Maybe this time can be different. Maybe he can change. The pain that you're experiencing, it's not evidence that you need to try harder. It's evidence that you need to try something different. Sometimes true love, it means letting go. Not holding on, especially if he's making you choose between the love for him and love for yourself. Your body is sending you messages that through that anxiety, through that exhaustion, through that stress, because your mind is going to keep trying to override those signals. That attachment is going to keep trying to override those signals. But you're not broken. Not for feeling wrong about something that looks right on paper. Your intuition is not malfunctioning. It's working perfectly fine. The peace that you are seeking, it's not found in fixing what's broken, but by releasing what is incompatible. That's the only thing you need to understand. That's the alignment. That's the shift that's going to get you back in position. Because what's meant for you is not going to consistently hurt you or drain you or require you to fight your own instincts to stay. Am I making sense? Yes, there's a huge difference between whenever you're in a relationship and it's tough and y'all just kind of going through a little rough patch or something like that, a little challenge and a straight up toxic situation that you need to go get away from. When you're dealing with something that's a healthy challenge, it's going to push you to grow while it's supporting your core self. It's going to be difficult, but it's ultimately going to energize you and expand you. It's going to be some temporary discomforts, but it's going to be for long-term alignments every single time. You're going to feel stronger after you work through those issues. But when you're in a toxic relationship, dead-end relationship, that is not for you. It's going to require you to abandon your authentic self in order to participate and keep the peace. It's going to consistently drain you and diminish you. This is how you know. This is the difference. Whoever it was that asked that. When you're in a toxic relationship you ain't supposed to be in, there's going to be chronic discomfort with no resolution in sight. Month after month, possibly year after year after year. The right challenges in a relationship actually help you become more of yourself. The wrong ones, they're going to require you to become less. Does that make sense to anybody? Okay. So I'm making a whole lot of sense. Good. But when something is not for you, again, it's going to hurt you. It's going to deplete you. It's going to drain you month after month after month until you finally accept that it's not for you. And again, that pain is not a test of your commitment. It's information about your direction. You just got to stop fighting your own instincts and start trusting them. God is trying to guide you towards what is actually meant for you, but you got to be willing to release what is not. A lot of people ain't going to tell you this. But for that man, like your anxiety around him, that's not chemistry. That constant stress, that is not passion. That's your intuition screaming that something is wrong. Something ain't right. Because the right thing will not require you to fight your own instincts. Stop taking Advil for God-induced headaches. And start listening to what he is trying to tell you through the pain that you're allowing yourself to feel by staying in that relationship. Your peace is the compass. And if something just constantly disrupts it, you're going in the wrong direction. You got to let go of what hurts to make room for what heals. And that's just the facts of it. And that's good news. Because the right relationship will be conducive to your healing. You so afraid of how you're going to do this alone. But once you get out of that wrong man's life, you get in position for the right one to come in and see how everything goes whenever you get in position for not just what you want, but what also deserves you. But again, you got to use the right strategies. It's not going to just fall in your lap, or else it would have by now. You got to use the right strategies. I gave them away, so you really have no excuse if you're watching this now. I'm not saying this to be messed up to you. I'm just saying the power is in your hands. You got to see you as worth it to sit down for about 45 minutes to an hour while I show you the strategies to attracting alpha males. I put the link down here in the comments, so it's yours. Or comment the word secrets and I'll send it to you. But those are just my thoughts. I'm your internet big bro. You know I got your back. Hopefully this was of value to you. And if it was, again, this is free. Put your money away. All I ask is that you pay it forward if something I said was true for you. Hit that little arrow down here, the little share button. Go ahead and hit that share button so you can bless somebody else on your timeline. Takes you 2 seconds and it might just save a life. And of course, if you want more on that topic of attracting alpha males so you don't have to deal with this nonsense, comment the word secrets. I'll send you a link to my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only, or the link that you see down here in the comments or up in the title. Holla at your lady, I'll be good. Peace.